Well, shooters and reloaders out there, Fortune Cookie 45 LC coming to you from the hot lead zone. And what you're looking at is the full moon. And I'm outside because the temperatures here in California have been upwards to 115 degrees. We've had a heat wave. And so that's record-breaking temperatures for us. It's almost like temperatures on the floor of Death Valley. But anyway, we're out here in the cool night air, and it's actually a very pleasant evening. So I thought I'd go ahead and do a video. Well, this video is for Mark Hernandez. And because what Mark had a question about was the Hornady 9th edition Reloading Manual. Does this manual have reloading data for the latest ELD bullets by Hornady? And the answer is the 9th edition doesn't have the ELD bullets. For instance, he's interested in the 168 grain and 178 grain ELD bullets by Hornady. Now, as you know, that stands for extreme low drag bullet. So these bullets feature high sectional density, high ballistic coefficients, especially for long range shooting. Well, the VLD bullets, which are very low drag, came out back in the 1980s and 90s, and Berger featured those. And again, for long range shooting, because of the very streamlined aerodynamic high ballistic coefficient bullet that those are, allows better velocity retention for longer range shooting and accuracy. And what Hornady did was they came out with their ELD line, which is basically the same idea, high ballistic coefficient bullets for long range shooting. Well, the 9th edition doesn't have the 168 and 178 grain VLD, or rather ELD bullets, but they do feature 168 grain match bullets and 178 grain match bullets, and you can use the reloading data here for the ELD bullets also. But the 10th edition may very well have that information. At any rate, let you have a look at what the 9th edition has in terms of the 168 grain. So we'll just zoom this up a little bit. And you'll see that it has the 165 grain GMX and the inner bond, the SST, and goes up to the 168 grain Bowtail hollow point match bullet that competes with the Sierra SMK. At any rate, you can see it has all the common powders there, including Varget and H4895, IMR 4895, this kind of thing. So it does have loads that we can go ahead and use for the ELD. And here are the 178 to 180 grain bullets with the matching loading data for various powders, including Varget and the H4895, IMR 4895. So it's very helpful, and you'll be able to use that data for the ELD bullet as a starting point anyway. So Mark Hernandez, I would think that the 10th edition would have the ELD bullets in there, but the 9th doesn't. Now, interestingly, Hornady does have a chapter on the 308 Winchester service rifle, and it has the 168 grain bullets. Now, Hornady has been moving toward the lower drag bullets anyway with their AMAX their match bullet, of course, like the SMK. And here's reloading data for the 168. And then here's shows the 178 grain bullets with the, again, the AMAX and the boat tail hollow point match bullet with the various reloading data for the powder that are commonly used. So this is very helpful information, and I'm sure that Mark Hernandez, you can use this data for good starting points for the ELD bullets for sure. Well, you know, really our YouTube videos and our get-togethers on these videos is for normal times, and I'd like to extend heart and prayers to all the people in the Keys and all of our citizens in Florida, because Hurricane Irma is on its way, and it's got record winds and all of this kind of thing. It's a very violent storm, and the hopes and prayers are that by the time the storm reaches land, that it'll be reduced in its category rating. Right now it's class 5 plus, and hopefully it'll lose some of its it's still going to be a bad storm though, so all of our hearts and prayers go out to all of you, all of our friends and viewers out there in the Florida and the Keys area, and also in the Caribbean. We've toured the Caribbean on a couple of occasions in cruises, and so those people out there are right in the way of the bad storm. And of course all of this goes for all of the friends and viewers out there in the whole southeastern United States, because as history has shown, these storms can take some turns and veers and this kind of thing. It might go anywhere in that whole area. So here's hoping the best for all of you out there as this storm comes your way. So until the next get together on our videos, all of you out there take care, and from hot California, a very good evening to you. Bye for now.